wildcard weekend was fantastic. The biggest game, the most interesting game to me was the Titans and Chiefs game. The Titans beat the Chiefs 22-21. After the Chiefs were up, by the way, 21-3 at halftime, the Titans were able to battle back, take the lead, and win that game. And this was not as much a reflection on the Titans as much as it was just a really bad look for Andy Reid, Alex Smith, and the Kansas City Chiefs. Most of all, this just made Alex Smith look really, really bad. I heard someone talking about Alex Smith today, sharing their opinion, and it finally made me understand what Alex Smith is. This is what Alex Smith is. I'm going to tell you guys a story. When Strong Opinion Sports first started, it was highly scripted. I was basically reading words off a teleprompter, word for word. Go back, watch the videos, listen to the podcast. I don't sound natural. I wasn't talking like a human being. And I realized that was a problem. I knew I needed to wean myself off of that codependency with the teleprompter. So what I did was I started, instead of writing word for word, I wrote bullet points. And now I have a couple like outlines, but it's really not as much as you would think. And that's made me a better broadcaster. I knew I needed to wean myself off of that, because if the teleprompter ever did break, I needed to be able to go with the flow and continue to talk. And so it's been, I think, better for me as a broadcaster. I'm still got a lot of work to go, but it was a great move ultimately to do that. And I really, really think it was a beneficial thing. We all know a person who says, oh, it wasn't perfect conditions. I was ready for my test and then I forgot my gum, or I forgot this piece of paper, or, I didn't have my good gloves I needed, so I couldn't catch the football. We all know someone who needs it to be exactly perfect. And if things aren't perfect conditions, they cannot be successful. And for Alex Smith this weekend, it was Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce, the Kansas City Chiefs star tight end. They're really fantastic all-pro tight end. Got injured and left the game, and that completely threw Alex Smith off of his game. And here's what Alex Smith is. I'm going to play a clip of what happens when you as a broadcaster do not know how to go off script. This is a guy in high school, in college, I believe it's Kent State. What I think happened is his teleprompter broke, and he didn't know how to continue to talk about what was going on because he was so dependent on the teleprompter. Here's what happens. Watch this clip.
Week player on. It seems every week that you have a player. The Indiana Pacers are looking for a measure of revenge tonight against the New Jersey Nets and to strengthen their playoff hopes. Later, he gets the rebound, passes it to the man, shoots it, and boom goes the Dynamite.
And boom goes the Dynamite. It's really bad. I feel so bad for that guy. That's really terrible. But the truth is, Alex Smith is that guy. If you don't give Alex Smith exactly the perfect conditions he needs, he can't be successful. He can't go off script. He's not ready for. If it's not perfect conditions, he can't make it happen. When I date a girl, I look for a girl who can handle and deal with adversity. Like if we're on our way to dinner and I get lost, I don't want a girl who freaks out next to me. I want a girl who, if Google Maps screws up, they're calm, they're collected, they can deal with unscripted events happening. And I look for the same thing in a quarterback. You want a quarterback who is not so dependent on the perfect conditions that he can't be successful. Alex Smith's a great quarterback. Alex Smith can win you games in the NFL, but he's too dependent on having the conditions be perfectly. He cannot go off script, and that was why Alex Smith will always be limited in his play in the NFL. I love Alex Smith. He can win you games. I don't know that he can win you a Super Bowl for that reason, because late in November, late in December, early in January, you need a guy who can play in any conditions and be successful. So I love Alex Smith, but I stuck with him for a long time, and I'm completely done with Alex Smith. I think he's a third-tier quarterback that can win you games in the NFL. He can't win you a Super Bowl, no matter what you put around him. I mean, as is evidence this season, the Chiefs are maybe the best roster in the entire NFL, and he still could not make it happen. So I love you, Alex Smith, but I'm out on Alex Smith. I'm done. Alex Smith, in the words of Donald Trump, you're fired. I can't believe I made that reference. I'm so sorry.